Hello Cancer, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, ready to do your reading for the month of September. I'm just going to move you around a fraction so you can see me shuffling. Okay, Cancer for the month of September. Thank you to those who've subscribed to my channel. I'm very appreciative. I'm quite overwhelmed by the response to this channel, which is pretty awesome. If you haven't subscribed yet, please, I'd love you on board. Please join me. If my readings don't resonate with you, you could look for another reader who does, or you can check out the other aspects of your birth chart, such as your moon, rising and ascendant, rising or ascendant, and your Venus. Now this reading will go for the month of September. If you're wondering what cards I'm using, they are the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Manchetti. Okay. And I'll also pull you a card from the fortune reading cards as well. Okay. Cancer. Wrong Cancer. Cancer, what's happening for September? Okay, the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. Now, I'm not sure if this is the energy you're carrying into the month of September or whether it's somebody you're dealing with, but either way, you're dealing with the energy of the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is a beautiful character. He's often very good looking, very confident, really knows himself. He's successful. He also can represent Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but he stands in his glory. He's the king of his kingdom. So he's the first card out of the deck, Cancer. Okay, now energy coming in for you for September. First off is the Eight of Wands. Now the Eight of Wands talks about things coming very rapidly. Can also talk about the arrows of love. So some people see it that way. It's definitely an energy of anxiousness and, speed, bringing something in. If you're manifesting, it's coming in quickly. If you're waiting for messages, they're coming in quickly. It's just got this air of speed. So September is coming in with lots of new things for you. Next card out is the Queen of Pentacles. So maybe you're bringing in or manifesting a person, and the Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign. She's a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. She's a woman who's very earthy, down to earth. She has all the attributes of the earth signs. She's also carrying a pentacle, so she's quite well off in her own right. And I'm not talking just financially. She sort of has a lovely air of confidence around her. She's quite motherly, she's nurturing, but she certainly has these energies. So whether you're bringing in these energies for yourself or whether you're bringing another person in, that's the Queen of Pentacles. Then your next card in is the World. And the World talks about finishing off cycles. So maybe you have a cycle or something that you need to finish with this woman. Or you're rushing in to bring her into the next cycle with you. So you're opening up this new cycle with a Queen of Pentacles. That's possible too. Whatever it is, you want it really badly. This air of, bringing an Eight of Wands in, it's like you really want to bring it in. And maybe you've fallen in love with this person, or you know that this person's the right one for you. Whatever it is, you're moving towards her rapidly. Maybe you want to take her into the next cycle with you. Very important for you. There's a passion here with the Eight of Wands, a very quick passion. And look, the sun comes in then, and the sun, of course, talks about everything, being bright and shiny. It's the most beautiful card in the deck. The sun talks about, we all know what the sun does. It brings new life. It's warm. It's, just a glorious feeling, the sun. And I also would like to add too that there's a circle on this one as well. And I feel like there's some cycle here you're finishing up in order to be with this person, or you're finishing up the cycle with this person. Whichever way it goes, it's going to bring sun into your life. It really is. There's a feeling here that you're bringing in something really, really good for yourself. Sorry, I just seem to be a little bit disorganized on this reading. I just haven't left myself quite enough room. There we go. Okay, so straightforward so far. Next we have in the Five of Pentacles. Now I feel that you're coming from this time where you felt a little bit out of the cold. It could be that you've been with this person and you're moving to, you want to move on without them. Maybe you're finishing a relationship up here, whether that be at work or in a romantic sense. But there's definitely this feeling that you've been in this position of being out in the cold and now you want to move on. Now, it also can be, because of the position it's fallen in, it also could be this feeling of being left out in the cold because this person's gone out of your life. So you may have lost someone who was a Queen of Pentacles. Now, I'm not talking, it's possible they could have passed, but it's more likely that this person has moved out of your life and ended this cycle. And whatever it is, it's happened very quickly. But there's definitely this feeling that it's there's some good things to come out of this, because you have the sun coming up there, and it doesn't matter what happens in a reading, if the sun's there, that's great. Now, definitely feels like someone's walked out of your life. It definitely feels like you've finished something, because you're here looking at the past and not looking forward. And I feel like you are feeling quite spiritually empty now. So it's almost like you've left this person behind for whatever reason. It could be that it's something to do with work, because the Five of Pentacles is here without any doubt. But whatever it was, it had neared its end. It was done. It was something you needed to move away from. It had done, it was used by date was done. Because the universe is pulling you towards something new here, and it's quite fast that it's coming in. Being you finished a cycle, it's very possible that you could have finished with this person and be moving on. Yeah, you're going through a transformation. The Death card comes up here. So, I mean, you can only be left for so long doing these two. So this feeling of being left out in the cold and looking back at your past can only go on for a little while, because that's about to take you into this huge transformation. And with the Eight of Wands here at the beginning, I'd say this is all going to happen quite rapidly. So maybe this person's disappeared out of your life. You're to a point where you need to make a new start. So the universe is not going to leave you going through this transformation for long. It's almost like it comes in very quickly and you need to work on it to deal with this stuff in the past. Look, it feels like you've done a lot of your grieving before, I would say. And now it's time to move on. Okay, and yeah, see, here you are in your glory here. So Cancer, this is the King of Cups. He's very much a water sign, and he's very much in his element. He's, he's in control of his emotions. He knows the direction he's going in. He's quite a beautiful man, because he's very, he's very watery for a start. He's, his emotions are very tapped. He knows what he's doing. He's very much in control of his life. And this is the card that represents the water signs. So it's possible you could be dealing with another water sign, Scorpio, Cancer or Pisces, but it feels like to me this is your energy here. It's almost like from these very negative things here, you're moving back into knowing who you are through this transformation. It's possible that in this relationship, or whatever it was you said goodbye to, you were very wrapped into that relationship. It's almost like your life was really revolving around that, and I feel like now it's gone. It's almost like you have the right to be yourself again. So you're moving on very much to this energy of standing in your own power. And then comes in the Justice card. Now, it's very possible with the Transformation and Justice card here that you're going to get back what you deserved. So I don't know what you went through in this relationship and what's happened. It does feel like someone's gone out of your life very suddenly. So it could be that you've lost someone. And if that's the case, I'm sorry to hear that. But it feels like whatever you've lost here, it might have been something that took some time to go. And because of that, you have had to leave behind to move on to something different. So if you were looking after someone, or nursing someone, or you were in a relationship where you were the carer, it's possible now that you have this sense of moving back into who you were, you've probably wrapped your life up in this person, because I feel that with these cards here, there's some grieving here around the Five of Cups and Five of Pentacles. It's almost a feeling of, you know, regret and loss, which is really sad. But September will see you coming around to this, and I feel like with this Justice card, it's you moving into your own energy again. So maybe you've done an awful lot of caring for this person. It could have been obviously an abusive relationship, but it still left you sitting pretty sad here. Whatever it is, it's going to push you into a transformation where you're going to come out the other side remembering who you are. And that's really good. And look at this, at the end you've got the Two of Cups. So maybe you're being transformed out of a relationship to a new relationship. That's always possible. It could be that you've been refusing to see this in front of you, this Two of Cups, and the universe has had to change things in your life to bring you round to this, because I really feel like this is where they're heading you off to. Oh, I'm going to do a clarifier on this one. If it's the case, maybe you've lived in the dark for some time and you haven't been able to see yourself through, and especially if you've been looking after someone else or been in this situation where you haven't been happy, maybe coming around to finding yourself a little bit will bring this sunshine back in. But you're certainly going to be pushed into this transformation. Something about you were feeling very lacking and unhappy before, and perhaps immersed in your misery a little bit, maybe even feeling a little bit victimy. But now you've been pulled out of that because something's coming in for you here that's really going to change things for you. Okay. It's something that's going to give you the opportunity to grow, because I have the Three of Pentacles sitting here when I've done that shuffle, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, and a wish. I have to pull another one. Okay, so what's happening here? You're being taken forward here. You're being taken into a time of balance and wishes coming true. I feel like not only is this you speaking up and talking your truth, but I feel like the universe is moving you towards a sword sign. That could be a Aquarius, Libra, Gemini person. And I feel like it's a Gemini. Gemini really sits out here. It feels like you're being moved towards someone else. Look, it could be a Libra, it could be an Aquarius, but it definitely has this feel like they're moving you to your wish. So maybe you've been with someone, but your heart's been with someone else. Maybe you've been with someone for a period of time that you weren't supposed to be with, because the universe is sort of talking about its use-by date being out, which often means we were only supposed to be with this person a period of time and we haven't had the reasons to move ourselves on. But I think you've fallen in love with someone else, or there's somebody else you want here, and the universe now is bringing balance back into your life so you can have this wish and move towards this air sign. Lovely. Very nice, Cancer. All right, just a quick card here. Fortune telling card. Ah, that's the one you want. Okay, so your oracle card says, Mountain, know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. So I would say this is about moving through this September month where you're dealing with some of this feeling of emptiness and looking back at the past. I think that you need to understand now that Spirit is leading you into another pathway, or onto another pathway through the end of this cycle. So please just go with the flow. Don't fight it. Understand that there are greater things out there for you, and that's where they're taking you. Thanks, Cancer. Good reading.